Hello everyone, Gianni DePoce here with you for TheoTrade, and today is Tuesday, the 24th of December, 2024. First and foremost, want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. Markets are going to close early today at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then they will be closed completely tomorrow on the 25th for Christmas Day. But we are now in what's known as the Santa Claus rally period. So that's going to be in effect until next Friday, the 3rd of January. And this has historically been a pretty bullish time of year. Actually, last year we did not have the Santa Claus rally period work out in favor of the bulls. But what we are seeing here in the S&P 500 is a rally off a higher low. And we had talked about in the TheoTrade chat how various sentiment indicators and spikes in volatility were pointing towards a low of significance being complete or imminent. And then in AI timing webs, we had talked about some cyclical factors that were pointing to a market bottom coming in. And so I think now at this point, there is a strong bit of evidence that points towards a continuation of this bull trend. And that simply means that we completed another higher low. That is the definition of a bull trend. And that is a market that shows higher highs and higher lows. And that's exactly what we see here in the S&P 500. But it gets better from here. And the reason why is because the NASDAQ is leading to the upside. The NASDAQ 100 up a cool 1%, and actually a little bit more now on the day. And it's even better because there's less than 2 hours left in the trading session. And I'm starting to see some good internal factors. We did just have a big rebalance of the NASDAQ 100, a couple names, including Supermicro Computer being dropped from the index. But now you have names like MicroStrategy being added to the NASDAQ 100. So some big things happening at the index level, I think. And this is all pointing towards higher prices going into next year. You take a look at the Dow, it is lagging, but I'm okay with seeing that now. The Russell 2000 is also trying to complete a higher low, but I want to pivot back to the NASDAQ real quick and talk about how we've been looking for the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index to make a new all-time high. And we've had a couple days of strong buying here coming in off another higher low. So that's looking good from my standpoint. SMH also looks like it wants to try to get out of this technical base, which would be a very strong development. Again, I need to see a new all-time high here and prices take out that high from the 11th of July. Now, when you have names like Nvidia coming up off a higher low, we still have this position on the books. We just missed getting stopped out on it, so I'm really glad to see that. Now we just need to see a new all-time high, and the bulls will have confirmation. Taiwan Semiconductor closed very well yesterday and at a record high. This is another name in the portfolio that is looking strong, and we actually just started to dip our toes into advanced micro devices, looking for a swing trade here off a double bottom. A lot of bearish sentiment on this name, but I think with a lot of the developments happening in the quantum space, there could be some opportunities in some of these downbeaten names. That being said, Broadcom is one of the favorites still, exploding out of that cup and handle formation, looking very strong. And we're seeing this strength come from the Magnificent Seven as well. We had terrible market breadth last week, but that flipped on Friday. Market breadth has improved tremendously. We went from some of the worst market breadth in the year to the best day of market breadth of the year on Friday. That is something we see coming out of important market lows, and Apple confirming that, breaking out to new all-time highs once again here. And again, guys, I want to stress the importance of the rotation that we saw play out during this sell-off. When you have names like Apple that barely moved from the highs, what we saw was a selling of the week and the names that underperformed the S&P 500 year to date. And that money just cycled into the Magnificent Seven. When you see a market correct that way, okay, when it rotates from the weak into the strong, that means the market's getting stronger. Okay. Now I am looking for participation to broaden going into next year, but what I'm seeing here is all really good stuff. Netflix, another strong day. We had already captured profits on that, and we're looking for a breakout here. Google playing off the new quantum hype that looks very strong. Microsoft trying to come up off a higher low. Amazon okay, looking very strong as well. Meta, okay, and then of course our beloved Tesla, which we finally parked the truck on, up a cool 5% on the day, looking very good on this front. And there's a lot of good things happening in the cryptocurrency space as well. Bitcoin up another 5.5%, coming up off a higher low. Ethereum a little bit behind, but we've been telling members for quite some time now that dip buying is the strategy to take when it comes to Ethereum. Still looking for a big breakout in 2025. I have upside targets as high as 8,000 in Ethereum, but names like MicroStrategy, we did start to dip our toes back into this after being stopped out recently, and also Hut 8 Mining, nice rebound today, and trying to make new highs of the week here as we speak. And of course, we've been talking a lot about these quantum names like Rigetti and quantum computing. And this is actually going to tie in some, give you a little bit of a teaser as to what's coming. We have a big event on Thursday right after the holiday. The Trinity Trade is home for the holidays, and we're going to be going live on December 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern, talking about a $10 trillion opportunity coming in 2025. And I don't think you want to miss this event because I think what's coming in 2025 could be life changing in terms of wealth, in terms of portfolio returns. And it's not going to last forever. So definitely check this out. And you can find the details at www.theotrade.com. So, anyways, yeah, quantum has a lot to do with that. And I think it's a theme that could continue going into 2025 and probably is going to accelerate for that matter. Let's take a look at precious metals. Not really much exciting stuff. No, I know silver and gold is a popular Christmas song, but really not much to sing about in this sector this year. When it comes to crude oil, I'm still looking for a breakdown here. This is one thing that has kind of held me up in this market. I'd like to see crude oil break down and then bonds rebound, but we're still seeing straight selling right now in the bond market, and it is a little bit concerning. That being said, I think the Fed could be saved by crude oil if we see a big breakdown in energy prices. But in the meantime, these higher rates are really driving the US dollar higher here. You can see dollar yen stalling up at resistance here, but still looking strong overall. Euro against the dollar. It might be a good time to book a trip to Europe if you've not been there in 2025. I think it's going to be a really good time to go. But, other things that I'm watching in this market, I think chips, are looking good. Industrials have been a stealth outperformer as well by and large. And I think there's going to be some themes emerging in that space, and we'll discuss that during the Trinity Trade discussion on Thursday. So aside from that, guys, try to take some time off and enjoy the holiday here. It is really important to recharge one's batteries, especially during this time. There are things in life more important than markets, even though it's even hard for me to get away sometimes. I do find this time of year really important to really just recharge going into the year ahead. So I encourage you to do the same. The market's not going anywhere. There's always going to be an opportunity somewhere, and you're not going to miss that during the holidays. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, step away from your desk during this time. It's a really good time to do so. Spend some time with friends and family, and just appreciate the pause before we hit the ground running in 2025. So that's all for now, everyone. Hope to see you in the Theo Trade chat, and I hope to see you at the Trinity Trade webinar on Thursday. That's all for now. Merry Christmas, happy holiday, and we'll talk to you soon.